depending on under the main categories, advantages, disadvantages of both native and non-native teachers, the different subcategories were being born. Here, for example, blue represents as an advantage of non-nest their teachers understanding students' difficulties. They are conscious about students' difficulties in the language learning process. Number 2 says, has his own perspective of being a language learner, which offers a better understanding of students' issues or problems. And these categories to resolve the main categories. Here, it should be mentioned, I don't know why it is not shown, but
here.
The main, I was going to mention only the most mentioned feature as a nest advantage, which is pronunciation. Students' perception is that the main advantage of a native teacher is his or her pronunciation, because students can improve their pronunciation. The next category is the nest disadvantage, where both the first and the second has the same percentage, actually, mentioning their poor teaching methodology and that they cannot speak students L1. Those are the first, the main nest disadvantages. Non-nest advantage, the highest with a 38%, was that they can speak and explain in students L1. The second would be understand students' difficulties, as from the example I have mentioned earlier. And again, I don't know why it cannot be shown, but I can assure you that that the result of non-nest disadvantage on highest percentage was their poor pronunciation, with a 57.1%. And then, as a final thought, I'd like to share that most master students participants recognized their non-nest positive strength, connected to, for example, what Vadja calls the 6 non-nest advantage. However, there were participants who felt that they needed a strong feedback of a native speaker in order to feel comfortable about themselves as a non-native speaker teacher. And from the undergraduate students' analysis, the most outstanding results were the 2 most mentioned features were nest pronunciation, of course, as an advantage, and non-nest poor pronunciation mentioned as a disadvantage for them. However, studies have shown that adult learners studying English in a country where English is not spoken as a native language, as an L1, it's almost an impossible goal for speakers to achieve a native-like pronunciation, which is another reason to raise our students and teachers' awareness to redefine their notion of nativeness.
Okay, comments or questions?
You are the native.
Okay, I'll stop.
You would